Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today back with episode 40 of the Detroit Pistons Association on NBA 2K13. And today we are closing out the regular season. As you can see, we are on a 15-game win streak heading in, or a 14-game win streak, I think, heading into this game. Maybe it's 15. I can't even remember. I think it was 15 heading into this game against the Utah Jazz, which are a very good young team. I'll talk about them in a little bit, but yeah, really on a big win streak right now. I was amazed how well the team was doing, really, ever since the moves we made at the deadline. We've really improved as a team defensively. We're moving into the top 10 in a lot of defensive categories, which is good. That's really what I wanted to improve on at the deadline. And we're really looking like a very strong team with a great chance to try to make a run in the NBA title. But anyway, I do want to mention that this series is going to be featured in my Sports Commentators March Madness video for round 1. It's going to be a cool little clip followed with some playoff action. Actually, it's going to have a part of game 1 of the playoffs, which I don't usually play, but I decided I would do it for the video because it went along with what I was kind of talking about in the video, in the commentary itself, sort of, and kind of how the video goes. You'll see it. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but yeah, so that'll be cool for those fans of that, or for the fans of this series. I'll post a promo video probably when my video for the Sports Commentators March Madness does go up on IKC's channel. Maybe I'll make a little promo, but until then, be on the lookout for that. And also for my MLB fans, I'm going to be making a video that'll be out later today announcing my MLB 13 The Show series, because that game comes out next Tuesday. My series, I'm trying to make that plural, but I suck at making words like that plural. So anyway, Brandon Knife 3 though, right there, as you're going to see. Cash out. Anyway, so I'll kind of get into the gameplay right now because I really have much else to talk about. I feel like I had something else to talk about, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So anyway, the Utah Jazz are a very nice young team. Like many of the teams that we've played this year, they're just a young team that not very good in real life right now. I mean, the Jazz are solid. They're 7th in the West. Good young core. But they've taken the next step. They've taken the next, they're kind of moving on to the next level into kind of those like top 4 or 5 teams in the West at this point. And they started out really well. They were 2nd in the West for a while, and then they've kind of fallen off lately. So I think they were only 3-7 in their last 10 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but this team does not have Al Jefferson anymore. It starts Paul Millsap at the 3, which created a huge mismatch on both ends, really, with Paul Millsap covering Melo and vice versa. Then they start Derek Favors at the 4 and Enes Kanter at the 5. So Favors and Kanter, 2 really young big men for the Jazz in real life that they've been trying to get more minutes, but are kind of stuck behind Al Jefferson and Paul Millsap, who are both on expiring contracts this year, and likely at least one of them, if not both, will not be returning next season. And they'll look to give guys like Favors and Kanter many more minutes. But also Marvin Williams, man, that guy historically been one of the bigger busts in the NBA. Not even due to the fact that he's had such a, he's played okay throughout his career, but just he was in the same draft class as Chris Paul. He's taken before Chris Paul, and I believe Darren Williams. And there's that 2005 draft class was really loaded, and Marvin Williams was just kind of the guy that did not pan out of all those guys. And Hawks fans really disliked that they didn't take CP3. But anyway, Mo Williams sits the 3 right there. Mo Williams is still a solid point guard in this game. Very good three-point shooter as he is in real life, and has not aged to. He wears his years well. Was that Al Jefferson? Did I say Jefferson wasn't on the team before? I meant to say he was on the team. I think he starts over Enes Kanter. I forgot to. I think I said that before. I was incorrect. So they have kept their bigs, but they slotted Millsap at the 3 and have Marvin Williams come off the bench. But anyway, I apologize for that miscalculation. I don't know. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Mo Williams, still a solid NBA player, great shooter, and a guy who can really fill up the stat sheet. He's had a good year in Utah so far in real life. I think he's getting about 15 and 7 or so. So very good year for him. And then for the rest of this team, it's kind of kept its main core. Gordon Hayward, Alec Burks, I believe, both still on the team. They drafted Ray McCollum out of Detroit. He's their backup point guard. And it's a very solid team, and they're really giving us a challenge. Utah is one of the hardest places to win historically, and they're really proving here. But Aaron Craft, coming off the big game last episode, really having another one again. Another really solid game. He does not fill up the stat sheet. He's not a guy you would want to own in fantasy basketball, kind of like Avery Bradley, but he really does a lot for this team, especially on the defensive end. And it's really good to see that he is just, performing how we want him to, considering I wasn't 100% sure how I liked Kraft in this system, just because he's not the best pass-first point guard. He's kind of a rookie. Well, he's not kind of a rookie. He is a rookie, and he might struggle come playoff time, sort of. But anyway, look at Corey Maggette going to the hoop for the slam dunk, as the Clippers announcer would like to say. Slam dunk. however he says it. I think it's pretty funny. But anyway, Maggette with a nice slam there, showing off that he still has a bit of athleticism, even though at this point he's like 35 or something in this association. But anyway, half-court heave, no good for the Jazz. We're going to enter halftime, I believe, with the score, 51-43, so we're down at the half. The Jazz really proven, it's tough to win in Energy Solutions Arena, and they're really proving it there, but you get a quick look at the standings here. We're 9.5 games up on Miami. We've clinched the #1 seed. Now we're really, I don't really know, why we're probably playing our starters here, but anyway, it is not too big of a deal, and I want to keep this winning streak going. I want to see how long we can get this winning streak to go. Mo Williams with the sick pass to Derek Favors, though. I should have got a replay of that. He kind of went over the shoulder. Derek Favors got the two-handed slam. Favors developed a little bit. He's got a decent post game now, which is kind of what the Jazz are hoping he will develop a little bit in real life. But Shabazz Muhammad off the backboard. I love when they do the little scoop layup thing, and then like the commentators, like he puts it up, and they're just like it's an awkward pause, and then when he lays it up, he goes, "Oh!" Like they freak out. But look at that nice ball movement right there. Dwight Howard for 2. He had his quiet game in the first half. I decided to start giving him the ball a little bit more, and he kicks it out to Brandon Knight for 3. I really need to keep running my offense through Dwight Howard. Through playing basketball in real life, I've really learned that running the offense through a big man is so beneficial, especially when it can make good passes, find cutters, kind of like an Andrew Bogut, or, really the prime example being a Bill Walton in his prime on those Trailblazers teams. I believe the 78 championship team with Bill Walton and a couple other guys. But, really running the offense through a big man, and we're really going to start to do that more in this series because it's really beneficial, especially when you got a big man who can make passes like Dwight Howard. He can really make passes. I don't really know how much he does in real life. He only averages like a career 1 assist per game, but I feel like in this association he'd average 3 to 4 assists per game, a lot like a Kevin Garnett could. But anyway, Devin Harris also still on this team. He's going to hit that 3 right there. And actually, why did I say? Why did I say also? He's on the. I believe he's on the Hawks in real life. He got traded for Marvin Williams, so he's back on the Jazz now. He played for the Jazz the last couple of years after being dumped from New Jersey, or no, from Dallas, I believe. I don't know. I always get him confused because he's like from New Jersey and then Dallas and like New Jersey again or something. I don't know, it's very confusing. But he was on the Jazz, he's on the Hawks in real life, and I guess he's back on the Jazz now. But Melo going to work on Gordon Hayward. I found out that this was kind of a mismatch here when the Jazz went small and played Hayward at the 3. If I played Melo at the 3, that was a little bit of a mismatch. Mo Williams should have shot that there, but he's going to drive in, pass it off to Al Jefferson, who was cash from that spot every time. Al Jefferson, one of the more crafty players in the NBA, especially for a big, and he really shown it there. But now Dwight Howard going to work on Jefferson in the post. Jefferson is not huge defensively, 6'11", 270, but he was his strength rating must not be too good in this game because I was able to back him down a lot. But anyway, look at a nice outlet pass. Kraft to Anthony. Smart play by Aaron Kraft, realizing he had Anthony, who was not only more open, but is also a much better finisher than Aaron Kraft is around the rim. So gave it to Anthony, and Anthony hit the 2. But now Williams, shot clock winding down, puts it up. What a shot by Mo Williams. This game is just back and forth at this point. 86 all night with the ball. He sees Sullinger going to the hoop for the one-handed slam. Sullinger, once again, quiet game statistically, but came in off the bench, got some rebounds, scored some points. That's all we needed out of him. And then another nice touch pass by Knight to Melo, and Melo showing off why he is such a good finisher around the rim. Favors got 3 fouls at this point, so we're looking at possibly getting him maybe out of the game. It's kind of a long shot, but if he can get one of their guys out of the game, that'd be great. Melo coming around the screen, though, for the one-handed slam. That was great to see, as you can see the Sprite Slam cam replay right there. And we move on now. It is a 95-88. We've kind of pulled away a little bit. Knight running the pick and roll with Thomas Robinson. It's going to find Robinson, and Robinson gets the two-handed slam. So at this point, we're on a 9-0 run. It was 88 all. Now it's 97-88. 97-89, though. The Jazz are not going to go away quickly. Bad defense by Shabazz Muhammad, and Mo Williams just pops the 3 in our faces. Really terrible defense by Muhammad. Bad decision-making on my part. But 101-94. We have the ball. We're trying to run out the clock and score some extra points. Knight to the hoop. Puts it in. We go back up by 9. Brandon Knight had a crazy game, had 18 points, or 20 points and 15 assists, as you're going to see the clock winds down, and we end up winning 105-94. Great games out of a few of our guys. Melo scored about 20, I believe. Muhammad had, I think, somewhere around, like, I can't remember exactly how many points, but he had, like, 5 assists and 5 rebounds, too, so him showing off his versatility. Howard had a quiet game, but it was just because we didn't really get the ball to him enough. And really Knight with the 15 assists really helped us. Just solid contributions from everyone around. It was a good way to kind of end the regular season and stay around. I'm going to be showing some things at the end of the video after the player of the game highlights, such as awards and just me simulating the rest of the year. But you can see the team stats right here, as well as the player of the game highlights. We beat the Jazz in a lot of categories. They beat us in a few, but it was really, we really outplayed them today, so to say. But anyway, Anthony ended up with 23. Good game from Knight, as I said before, with 15 assists. Terrence Ross had a quiet game off the bench, but that's alright. We really didn't need him today. As usual, Mo Williams and the opposing point guard dominating us. I struggle so much with defending opposing point guards. But anyway, we're taking a look at the player of the game highlights here. Brandon Knight, player of the game with his monstrous assist totals. And anyway, there really isn't much for me to say at this point. So going into the playoffs, we are going to be a #1 seed in the East, and I'm not going to spoil the first round matchup just yet. I don't know if I showed it at the end of the video. I can't remember. You might have to stick around if you want to figure it out, but it's probably going to be a little bit surprising. I think you guys are going to be surprised by the first round matchup, and it's going to be a good one. I remember the game that I played for the Sports Commentators March Madness video was definitely a competitive one, and there you can see Brandon Knight's stats. He also had 4 steals, which is really good, so he really showed himself defensively. But anyway, we're simulating the end of the season, and Carmelo Anthony sprained shoulder. He will be out 2 to 4 weeks. That means he's going to miss the first round of the playoffs. And hey, why not add on to it Shabazz Muhammad with the sprained wrist, punishing me for not benching my starters towards the end of the year. That was silly. I felt like shit when that happened, but you know what? It is what it is. We're going to have to move on without him. Muhammad will be able to play through his injury. Melo will miss probably about the first round, should be back for the second round. But Andrew Wiggins putting up a monstrous rookie season for Rookie of the Year. Eric Gordon at MVP. Roddy Poubois, 6th man. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player, and Most Improved goes to Ryan Harrow, with Coach of the Year Byron Scott going 79 and 85 for the Cavs. Explain to me that. That was a little bit weird. We move on to the All-NBA first team. I don't think we actually had a single player from the Pistons in any of these. This just proves how balanced this team is. Even though we do have 2 bona fide superstars with Melo and Dwight, it is really a solid all-around team. No one stands out from the rest except for maybe Melo and Dwight occasionally, but really everyone contributes, everyone plays hard, and we get it done as a team. So anyway, taking a look at some stuff here. That's pretty much all I have for this episode. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this commentary right now. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. And so I'm out. Peace.